What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully your Sunday and your weekend has been going really well. I've been looking at myself in this camera and I am really red. I spent most of the day outside, wore a mask for a little bit, and yeah, you can kind of see a tan. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Right now, I want to bring you some stories that I think are extremely important regarding everything that's going on. First off, if you had a wonderful weekend, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button, but let's get right into it. So first off, here's what we know. California and Californians are set to start to get their $600 stimulus checks that was passed by the state. Again, this is only for people in California. It is big, but this also is starting to turn into other states are considering doing something very similar. So just keep that in mind. Your state might not be talking about it yet, but they could. So just keep that in mind. And again, it doesn't mean it has to happen today. We could see some of these states start to roll out some different provisions and legislation within this year. So yes, this could happen maybe this spring, possibly this summer, or maybe in the fall. So just look out for that. We also know progressives are getting some support and more support from Democrats as well on their fight for another stimulus check. Again, as far as how much it's going to be, there's so much speculation out there. Honestly, we just don't know, okay? We just don't know. But the extension for unemployment and a permanent unemployment boost is in discussions as well. And we also have a fight for a higher minimum wage. So I want to bring you all those stories right now. First, the people of California, Californians, you could be getting a $600 stimulus check. Now, I just want to reiterate something because I know a lot of people have been getting some misinformation. It's not every single resident in California. The majority of residents in California, okay, that get the California Earned Income Tax Credit, those are the people that will get the $600 stimulus check. Others that make $200,000, $400,000, $1 million or more will not be getting this stimulus check. So chances are, if you make under $30,000 per year, you are going to get a $600 stimulus check from the state of California. Also, if you filed your California Earned Income Tax Credit, or that's what you get, if you filed your taxes before March 1st, a month and a half ago, if you filed before then the state is saying that some people are already getting their $600 stimulus checks as of April 15th. That was 3 days ago. So you could be getting yours any day now. Again, April 15th was just the first date. And others are going to get their check as well. Some people will have to wait until probably May 2nd, right around there. But the majority of people should get their checks around that time. One thing I just want to say is that many states are contemplating this exact same thing. California, they passed this bill, I think, in February. So we got February, March, majority of April, or at least half of April, right? But they're starting to roll it out now. One thing I just want to say is that, yes, this is something that other states are considering. However, it could take a little bit. So just because your state isn't offering this, don't think that is just, okay, well, I'm screwed. I don't have any more money. Just understand it does take some time. So they got to go through the whole process, get it passed through the state, and then obviously it takes time to actually implement. So this is something that other states are currently discussing, but just understand it might not happen for a little while. Also, what we do know is that as of right now, just because California is going to do an additional stimulus check, just because other states are discussing it, it's not stopping progressives. Progressives are still pushing for this. Progressives are still pushing for a federally backed stimulus check, something that goes to everybody. Currently, what is being discussed is we need to see $2,000 stimulus checks per month. But the issue as of right now is that lawmakers, they are arguing that stimulus checks at this time can't be the focal point of the next bill. But then other lawmakers are saying that no, it's not the focal point. This is a priority, but this is not seen as this has to happen in this bill, and everything needs to go around it. Everybody knows right now it's infrastructure, and then everything else goes around that. So we will see, but that's currently what they are discussing. We also know Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Mitt Romney are both talking about proposing a bill to include a minimum wage increase on the federal level in the next bill. This is getting some pushback from other Democrats, though, and it's also getting pushback from Republicans as well, but you probably knew that, because some are saying it's too high. Others say it's too low. Here's what I want you to understand, because this is kind of interesting. Here's the problem. Kyrsten Sinema, who is a senator from Arizona. Arizona's current minimum wage is $12.15 per hour. Kyrsten Sinema and Mitt Romney are proposing a bill for $11 per hour. You see why there's a little bit of it's interesting how that works. But in Utah, where Mitt Romney is a senator, the state currently has a minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. But Mitt Romney has proposed a bill in the past, and I think like a month or two ago, about 2 months ago, I believe, where he would raise the minimum wage to $10. And so he wants to raise it to $10. Kyrsten Sinema wants to raise it to $11, but that's also under her state's minimum wage as well. So again, it's just interesting how things work. But that's currently what's in discussions there. So who knows if any of that even gets passed, but there is some bipartisan support with that. Now, the other day, somebody asked me this question, and they said, would a minimum wage increase affect another stimulus check or an extension of unemployment benefits? And my answer to them was no. And I want to address this as to why I said no. I said this because the minimum wage wouldn't affect those or these two things because minimum wage is being represented as a longer play. If we are looking at stimulus checks and unemployment and the unemployment extension, those are seen as immediate impact plays, where if a stimulus check comes out, it would immediately impact the economic recovery. If an extension of the unemployment benefits comes out, okay, that passes, that would immediately impact the economic recovery. If we see an increase of the minimum wage, let's say it's $2 an hour and it goes into effect immediately. Well, $2 an hour, okay, it means that to get, let's say, a $1,000 stimulus check, right, $1,000, somebody would have to work 500 hours in order to get that. At 40 hours per week, what is that? They're going to have to work like 12 and a half weeks in order to get a $1,000 stimulus check. Do you see why this is considered not extremely impactful and it's a longer play? That's the reason why. Okay, but this is one of the reasons why progressives are pushing for this $2,000 per month stimulus check. They say that this is what is needed. They say that without this, the economic recovery will be too slow and Democrats will feel it when it comes time for the election. Again, more political games. And with this one-time stimulus check, okay, from the $1,400 to $600, right? We'll just look at the $600 stimulus check. What I can tell you is progressives say it didn't work because there was no guarantee that another check was coming. When then there was talks about if everybody votes Democrat in Georgia, then we're going to immediately pass a $2,000 stimulus check. Well, then it came out, well, no, it's not $2,000, it's actually $1,400 because you already got the $600 check. Well, then it was okay. People were spending the $600 because they knew the $1,400 check was coming. It was coming. It was just in months, immediately. And so what happened was people started spending the $600 checks. Now with the $1,400 stimulus checks, some experts are saying that no, people aren't spending these as quickly as the $600, and chances are it is because they cannot guarantee another check is coming. So what some are saying is that right now, the effects of a one-time stimulus check would be so minimal that progressives say it should be monthly stimulus check or nothing. And you're probably thinking, well, why would somebody say, okay, give us a monthly stimulus check or don't give us anything at all? And the reason is because experts say that the effects would be so minimal that it might not even matter. So it's tough to hear, but that's currently what is being discussed. But here's some major news that is coming out over the past couple of days. Over a year ago, we started getting into this pandemic where people were going on unemployment, and there was tens of millions of people that went on unemployment in the first couple weeks, and things got really bad. Well, here's what we know. 52 weeks later, and here we are. Many people are starting to run out of their benefit weeks, right? They're 52 weeks. So what's happening is they will either have to requalify, reapply, and there could potentially be a delay in their benefits. Or the big thing is many could potentially see a large decrease in their benefit amount. Here is why. Every state is currently required, or there has a requirement that you're supposed to look for work when you're on unemployment. Well, okay, great. During the pandemic, they actually got rid of that, saying that no, you don't have to look for work. Just wait until your employer calls you back and then go back to work. Well, then it was President Biden said, no, if you are worried you could potentially get COVID, you can just stay home, continue to collect unemployment, and get the weekly boost, and you'll be perfectly fine. Well, here's what we know. Because of this, a lot of people never found another job and never actually accrued more income or more revenue or whatever you want to call it throughout the year. Well, in the $900 billion stimulus package that was passed by former President Donald Trump back in December, there was a provision in that bill that stated you could not get a reduction in benefits of more than $25 per week, more than $100 per month. Okay, well, now that we're kind of caught up, here's what happened. The government is relying on states to implement this policy and to make it kind of uniform across the country. Well, many states have not done this. And so some people that are on unemployment are actually getting a reduction in benefits that far exceeds $25 per hour or $25 per week. Some are seeing $100 just gone instantly because their state has not implemented this, which is part of the law according to the $900 billion stimulus package that was signed into law by former President Donald Trump, I believe back on December 27th, 28th, somewhere around there. So here's what we know. This could mean people across the country go from getting hundreds of dollars per week in their regular benefits to maybe only getting $100 in weekly benefits from their state benefits and then an additional $300. Well, an additional $100 every single week, if that is cut from your initial benefit, you're going to see a monthly decrease of $400. $400 for some will buy food for the entire month, will pay for a car payment, will pay for their heat, their electricity, their water, sewer, garbage, okay, gas. It's going to pay for all that stuff. $400 for some will pay for half of their rent. Some people, that will pay for the majority of their rent. So that's what I want you to understand is that right now there's a huge unemployment crisis coming. And it's going to happen once you reach 52 weeks. In most states, many experts are saying the crisis is coming. We are just weeks away. So that's just what I wanted to kind of keep you up to date on. There's a lot of issues going on right now. But again, I don't want to just worry you on this Sunday evening. So again, hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. All you got to do, click that subscribe button down below. Consider subscribing so I can keep you updated on everything that's going on. Again, thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up button and I'll see you guys on the next one.